Okay, traders, what a day. I've had 7 straight green days and give it all back. Of course. Eat like a bird, shit like a rhino. Wonderful. Okay, so new rules on the account. I emailed technical support and put a max loss on the day. Now, what that means is they don't auto liquidate your positions. It means if you've crossed the realized threshold of your max loss, you're locked out. You can't trade anymore, which would have saved me today. So that's something I'm encouraged by, and I think it's going to push me in the right direction with my trading. So I take, only A plus setups, and that's going to linger, in the back of your mind, knowing if I hit this max loss, I'm going to be locked out and can't trade. So for me, the quota's been $20 with this $1,000 small account challenge, 2%. I'm trying to grow per day right now. So 5% is a good max loss in my opinion, because that's about 2 days we can make that back. And so right now, $50. I asked about percentage. I'm not sure if they can do that yet, but $50 I put max loss on the account, meaning if I cross that, can no longer trade on the day, which is what I like to teach too. Gosh, it's so... You don't want to dig yourself in a hole, right? I could not get a green trade going today. Absolutely could not. I know this week's been way more difficult than last week for me to be green and stay green. That's what I teach too. It's like, man, making the money oftentimes isn't that difficult. Preserving the capital is way more challenging, in my opinion, because you don't get a lot of experience doing that. If you're green a lot of the time, the red days or the days that are mostly red, you don't have a lot of experience, dealing with those days. And so I know it's like, don't dig yourself in a hole, because you can just keep digging and digging and digging. In times past, I would just dig my way freaking to China. Somebody put it in the chat. Just keep digging. So I'm encouraged by that. What I'm also encouraged by is in times past, what I've done is I've gone very red on one ticker, marrying one ticker. Today, $10, 16, 10, 10, 20, 40, or 4, 11, 34 on SFIX. Try to get a dead cat bounce there. And let's see, that one, close to working out, stopped out the bottom. So I stopped out the bottom on a lot of these. Yeah, 375, stopped out right at the freaking bottom. This one would have been a really nice green trade too, as it popped back up over 4. I had a 391 average, and it did pop up close to 410. 408. So, stopped out right at the bottom on a couple of these plays, and it happens. So I don't learn the wrong lessons with these. And guys, I stop out like at the bottom and top a lot, so I like to give them some breathing room because of that. And sometimes you give them a little bit more breathing room than you won't. So several of these would have worked out fine, stopped out right at the bottom or top on a couple of the shorts. But man, when you're L after L after L, you just gotta know when to throw the shovel aside and stop digging. So today would have been one of those days. That's why we implemented that max loss. I encourage you to do that too if you're struggling with something like I did today, where it's like I keep trading, but today is not the day to just push the accelerator when the market's going 35 miles per hour. I don't want to go 70. And I tried to push the needle a little too much today. So moving forward, I did this video just so it can be potentially helpful to you. Want to be held accountable as well for this. Moving forward, I can't really lose much more than 50. Obviously, it has to be realized, so I got to realize that loss. But I think that's going to push me to snipe out even better trades, let the trades come to you. Additionally, something I want to point out is, I had a couple trades. Like SFIX was one I was looking at for a short this morning. I would have had to locate it, which wouldn't have cost too much. Sometimes it's more expensive not to locate than it is to locate. If you guys are catching what I'm saying. For instance, this one too, METC, was looking at this one in the live stream. You can watch it, 1150, right at the open. I was like, this is a good short. This is my setup, hangover. And this one dropped from 1150 down to 912 right now. Oh, traders. Hindsight trading is awful. I hate doing it because it just irritates me. So, METC, that was a big miss today. The problem was I got involved with some of the fighters, and so my rule on today, look, this is a similar setup with the hangover, overbought the day before. Lots of longs in it, not a lot of volume after our pre-market. The idea is a short. Really, the short should be against like the previous highs right here. So I gave this a little bit more breathing room. A new rule for my hangovers: if I take a stab at one of these at the start of the day and they don't snap like METC, because this is my edge right here. I like these snaps. The longs take profits, fade, unwind. Not a lot of buyers are present. Momentum has shifted elsewhere. So I like to short and ride these down. But if it doesn't happen like right near the open, just get out of it. Don't give them a lot of breathing room on the day. I think that's a new rule. I got 3 rules I've added, plus the stop we just put on the account, but this is good. I took a couple years off from trading, and I wanted to do this to refine the strategy. I'm refining some rules and getting acclimated with things again. I am encouraged by a number of things, and I'm prone to flaws just like everybody else, so the things I struggle with, I need to put up the guardrails to really help propel this account to go forward. Traders, want you guys learning from this experience. And for instance, like if you need to put a max loss on your account as well, you get to learn from the experience. I know some of you are funding your account soon, so maybe you'll learn from this and do something similar as I'm doing here today. But let me know if you have any questions, if this is helpful. You guys go for it. Berate me in the comment section below. Red day, first one in about a week and a half, so it was way more than it should have been. Is what it is. Love you guys. Let me know if you need any help. Comment section below, averydaytrading@gmail.com. We will see you guys tomorrow.